Morning everyone. So this is a quick walk around and this is a boring part of the job. So this is a full rewire. This is the current state of the fuse board, which obviously will be coming out, and as you notice we've got some Artex sealings here. So wherever I've got to take down an old accessory, because this won't be getting a pull cord anymore, this will be getting a switch here, as you can see. Yeah, I will be wearing my FFP3 mask, and then there's a wall coming down here, so this is going to get some spotlights through here. So I'll wait for the plasterers to come in and re-skim all the ceilings, and then I'll cut in my downlighters after. I'll probably rent a HVAC hoover with an attachment, and then it's going to minimise any Artex dust that's going to come down. So today, what I'm looking at doing today is literally stripping all the old accessories out, making everything dead. I'll probably put some temporary sockets in for the guys that are going to knock the wall down, and the plumber that's coming next week, because we're all working in this job, but we're all doing it at separate times, you know, with the virus and stuff. And then I've also got to yeah, it's a full rewire basically. So this is the little bathroom that's getting all ripped out and changed. Bedrooms, bedroom, office, and then a bedroom. So I'm a little bit disappointed because it's chipboard floor, and I thought with the age of the property it might be floorboards, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do today is, so the fuse board is technically under this bath, which is what it is. What can you do? I know people moan about that, but I can't move the mains position because it's just literally outside the front door. So main run for cables is going to be through here, so I'll probably strip this carpet up, get all my routes in today, and then just strip out all these old sockets and stuff today. So I'll set you on the times, laps, camera, blah blah blah. We'll have a chat and we'll get on with it. So original board, very neat and tidy, as you can see. So the meter cupboard is on the back of here, and there's a little cavity void here that the tails run up and in and over. So I'm going to just follow that same route. This isn't in the cavity, that's the cavity, and then this is a boxing in, if you can hear that. So that runs up there. That's obviously the soil stack for the toilet, but as you can see it's nice and neat. Yeah, so I'll look forward to stripping this out. So I've got my mask on now because I'm just going to start stripping some of these old accessories off the ceiling. You will get a little bit of dust, but nothing that's I'm worried about. I just want to wear this just in case. So I've stripped out all the cables for now. I'm not going to strip that board out yet because I'm going to probably wire just a radial socket. Just put them a couple of sockets down here somewhere so they can like wire extension leads out if they need power. So that would be like temporary sockets. I'll probably put some RCD sockets on because I'm not going to faff around with putting a board up here yet. So I'm just going to work my way around stripping all this old stuff out, and then I'll go upstairs and we'll lift some boards. I'm just stripping out these switches. None of the upstairs switches positions, so that will be a switch to switch a new pendant, and then it's going to have two spotlights, and then it'll be two-way downstairs. That's going to be staying, and this is going to be staying. So I'm hoping maybe these might pull. I'm not entirely sure, but it's like a weird, like a dot and dab, but the walls are so skinny, so I'm a bit worried to take a lot of the. You can see it's been like overboarded, and they've kept the original back boxes, but this has been overboarded, look. So I'm wondering whether I will be able to pull down the wall on these old cables. That one definitely not, because as you can see he's been blocked at a weird angle, look. It goes behind the box, I don't know. Yeah, that one won't pull for love nor money. Well, I've got my mask off for a minute, just so I can talk, you can hear me. As you can see, I wrote 2 gang switch on this old switch here. That's because that is going to switch a centre pendant, and also another switch is going to be switching some LED lights in the cupboards. So what I'm going to do is mount, if you can see I wrote LED strip, I'm going to mount a driver under here, and then I'll mount a LED tape all the way across the bottom of there, And the client's aware that that isn't going to light up the top, but they're not really bothered about that as long as they've got some light to shine in the cupboard as such. Might actually end up adding another one up there yet, but we're not sure. But that switch there, because I've done them before where you have like a PIR when you open up the cupboard, that's great. But then down the line, they ring me back, say, Chris, they keep coming on during the night and it's like freaking us out. So I just got away from that now, putting PIRs in. I just put them on switches now. It's just a lot bloody easier, to be honest. Okie dokie, so I'm all stripped out. Plan of action today is to get all the roots. So strip out, number one, done. Get all the roots in place, which is what I'm gonna do now. And then tomorrow I'll actually start wiring. So wiring wise, they're getting like a range cooker. Manufacturer recommends a 40 amp, so I'm going to future proof it and put a 10mm in. It's only a short run of about 10 meters, so I'll put a 10mm in for that. Also, we're going to be wiring upstairs lights, downstairs lights, upstairs sockets, downstairs sockets on 2 radials, and then kitchen's going to get a old-fashioned ring final circuit, ring main. That's about it really. It's quite a simple one. So just looking at these boards, I've got to get a whole route up through the room. The way these boards are laid, you can see the joins run this way, which is an indication that the floorboards are going to run this way, okay? And as you can see, he's nailed. I don't know why you can see that, but he's nailed. So I know that that's going to be a joist as such. And then there's going to be a joist there and then one there. So what I'm going to have to do is just go careful because there's heating pipes and I don't know where they're running. It's just sort of a guessing game. So what I'll do is I'll get a full strip up through this room. I'll get a route. This I should be able to fish across, so I'll just get this route up all the way to the stairs and then I should be able to fish either way because the board, remembers, over here. So I need to get up this floor in here, get a strip up through here so I can wire all the cables through here. And then again, through this bedroom, I'll have to get a strip all the way through, and then where there's sockets, so this is going to be a bed here, so there'll be a socket either side again. So I'll just have to get a little section up because I can actually fish across this and across to all the positions, okay? So yeah, that's my plan of action now. I'll probably set you up on the time lapse of me struggling with these boards. But yeah, I'm going to get all the routes now. So I almost forgot, I've got some old man knee pads now, which are bloody fantastic. Did I bring it in? I've also got an old kneading pad, so I'll sort of double up now. I'll double up with a kneading pad and the knee pads, which is great now. So I've almost forgot, I've got to put a two of these old sockets. I just found this old panel in the garden. I'm literally going to put 2 sockets on here like that. That's just going to be the temporary screw to that, and it's just going to sit in there basically, wired off of there. Yeah, no RCD. Oh well, bite me. Bite me in the comment section and I won't even be doing the minor works for it, okay? It's just 2 sockets, temporary. Right, as you can see, this chipboard's a frigging nightmare, look. So I was going to take a whole board up, but it's impossible because they've nailed it. If they'd screwed it, it would have been okay. Obviously I've had to take out a strip. This can all go back in because it's all sat on the joist, but yeah, this is going to take the longest part of this job, is getting this floor up without damaging it, basically. Okay, this is a prime example why I know this is 18mm chipboard, and on the side here I've set it about 17mm, because you never know what you're going to find in the floor. Look, so I'll see a lot of blokes that rip through with a big saw, and then you're going to hit those pipes there. Look, so yeah, that one's there for that one, so there should be some cables there, which there are. Look, you can feel those. So I'm just getting all my little hatches put in now, and then what I'll have to do is put some bracing battens in, and then these will be fixed back in when I'm finished and screwed down. But this might be handy for the plumber as well. That's probably why he got me in first, to be fair. So done for another day. As you can see, I've got a route all the way through the corridor, route through the bedroom over to the sockets, and then the boards change here because of the stairs. They go this way, so I managed to get across. That's the old cables from the board, fuse board, which is down there, so they'll go on the angle and then down to the board. So this is my route through. So tomorrow I'll probably chuck some cables in to the upstairs lighting. I'll get this upstairs lighting wired, upstairs smoke alarms, got all my little hatches cut, look, so I can fish through, cut. So yeah, good day today, all ready for tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. So I picked up these, I use these at the minute. These are Impact, these are DeWalt. As you can see there, I picked up another DeWalt set. The flat spade bits, but they're Impact as well, so these are fantastic. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to drill a section of 25mm holes along here. You want to be sort of centre of the timber, 50mm up, 50mm down. We've probably got a 7 or 8 inch timber here, so we've got plenty of clearance, and then you can also check the on-site guide for your measurements, spacing of your holes. So I'm going to start with a section of holes down here. I'm going to do one row with this and one row with the 25mm spade bit, and I'll put a fresh battery on, and we're just going to see how quick we can do them. Yeah. That's a fail, that battery's flat. Wait a minute. Okay, I think that one's blunt, to be honest. Let's try the spade bit first, shall we? I don't think there's anything in there. No. That weren't too bad, was it? I'll do another one quickly on that, and I'll figure out where that one in. There we go, so I've got so many of these to do, so I'm going to crack on, and then I'm going to start wiring some cables around these upstairs sockets and lights. Get the upstairs sockets and the lights wired today. Oh, a little bit of progress, made a little bit of progress. I'll walk you around what I've done. So that's the radial leg that's going to do upstairs sockets, less than 50 meters this whole run, so it's perfectly fine on a 16 amp. So that's going to be the leg down to the board. He runs along here, jumps up here, first one, runs into the bedroom. Second one, that's going to be converted to a double. He runs back along, obviously because I've got no route this way because the boards run this way, so he runs back along and then he runs through here where I've drilled a nice row of holes, enough to take the kitchen, which is under here. He runs along here to this socket, managed to get him in with minimal damage. This walls, any walls that are green are getting skimmed, so this will be made good anyway. He then runs back along, and this is how far I've got. I need to get one here, like so, and then next one's going to be here into this bedroom, and then we've got one back entry, but because these walls are thin, I'm going to do it back entry, but it'll be off centre, so that one, the other side will be there, and this one will be here. He'll then jump in there. It's going to come into here, so that'll be that one there. I've then got to probably wire through here, take another little board up here, come along, pick those two up, that one up, and then literally jump in the master bedroom, pick that one up, that one, and those two. Just taking this board up because I need to route across this room, because these timbers go this way, I can't wire that way, which is a bit annoying. So taking this one up, just got to be careful not to snap it because there's some nails in it. Right, work it along gently. Snapped! Right, another thing you can do is knock the nails down. Whichever bloke uses nails on chipboard flooring, you want something happening to him. Okay, that should should be a tongue on there in the groove. I should be able to get that out. There we go. That was lucky, wasn't it? It's just a pipe there. God. There we go. So now I'll move you out of the way, get this strip up, and then I'll have to drill us another load of holes through here. Well, as you can see now, all my cables are in place. I've done a bit of a calculation on the measurement. This one ended up as it came back through, this one ended up end of radial. But what I've done is going to turn this into a ring, because with this, the way I've wired it and the way the boards were, it's about 65 meters. So this is now, I'm just putting a return leg into the board to make this a ring final circuit. And then we'll have upstairs ring, downstairs ring and kitchen ring. So we'll have 3 rings, probably a bit overkill, but trying it to be within the legal limits of the cable lengths, etc. Plan of action for the lighting upstairs. So there's the feed for it. I've put that in, marked him up, clean you off a bit. Comes along here, runs along. He again comes up inside this cupboard here. That will be the feed that will go up inside the cupboard. I'll also bring the smoke alarm 3-core up here as well. And then that will go, first point's going to be a shaver socket, so it's just going to get a permanent feed here. That will then loop off and probably go to the switch here, and then loop off to each of the bedroom switches. I'm going to wire everything to the switches, just make stuff a lot easier. Probably end up this corridor switch here for the lights. This is going to be 2-way, and then spotlights up here, 2 spotlights, and then an extra switch for a pendant over here. So that's my plan of action basically. I'm going to get on with it now because time's getting on for today.
Right, I just thought I'd bring you in the loft. As you can see, all my cables are running along. That's a light, for instance, and then they're running along the beams and they run across to relevant places. And I just thought I'd show you what has been living in this half of the roof. Look, friggin' pigeons, eh? Disgusting. Look at that. I think they've been getting in through there. They've been blocked up now. There's some tiles or barrier, but look, friggin' nest or something. Disgusting. This is why you wear your mask. And little tip, look, I've had to tape my jumper up because the insulation in this loft is disgusting. So I don't know if you can see me, I've got a head torch and a mask on, and yeah, it's disgusting up here, so nasty.
Right, that's me done on this video. I just got out that epoxy loft. I stayed on a little bit. I wanted to get most of the lighting done. As you can see, that's just dropping out the existing holes. That just drops out of the... So here you got a feed in, feed out, and then you got one switch wire and a neutral for that one switch wire and a neutral for that one, and then one switch wire and a neutral for an LED cupboard. Okay, so it's just generally that sort of thing. So I'm probably done on this video. I don't know what footage I've got, but I stayed on, as I said, to get this loft work done because it's horrible up there. As you saw, a big pigeon mess that they've made. So I'll probably do another video on this one when I've sort of wired the whole house. So I'll see you on the next one. Take care.